Sharon.
You're pretty quiet.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, you've got several people waiting to be at me. Do I have the control or do you have the control?
Yeah, you took it.
Okay, well, I didn't mean to. Well, let me go ahead and meet everybody. All right. I didn't mean to do that, but anyway.
I had to download the new driver.
Okay. Oh,
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, Bruce, Jamie,
Hey, good morning.
Roberta.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Morning.
Jason, who will be taking the meeting minutes this morning?
Sharon will be doing that, but I'll be trying to, I'll also try to take some notes as well. Just, but yeah, she'll be taking the lead and
Great. As you know, Paul will not be attending the meeting. He notified us. And also, of course, we have Doug, which indicated he will not be here.
well, doing a quick roll call at 10:02. Myself, Gordon, Holly, Jim, Jamie, Bruce, Debbie, Roberta.
Great.
So, Sharon, for whatever reason, you have my name's up twice. So
I think because I'm
we'll
being
get that. We'll get
yeah.
that worked out. But, I think when we
Well, hello, Mayor Holly.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy New Year.
Thank you. I guess we have a quorum. Jason?
we should. Will you double check that, Sharon, just real quick? We'll see, Gordon,
We do.
Jim. Yeah, okay, yes, we do.
Great. Well, wonderful. Very good. Again, great to have New Year and lots of exciting things will be happening and welcome. I guess we'll start off the meeting and first order of business will be the approval of the minutes. Has everybody had a chance to look at the December 29th minutes?
Oh, they look good to me, Gordon.
Great.
I move we accept them.
Is there a second? Do I hear a second motion?
I think,
I think Roberta did, but she's
Okay.
muted or something.
yeah.
Okay, great. Any,
Okay, now I second them.
great. Any
Now
discussion?
we can discuss all the problems people have with them. If any.
Great. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. Okay, let's get right into it. First discussion items will be the marketing update. And since Doug is not here, I'm going to just read what he had to say. I think I sent you all a copy of it, and I'll try to be brief on what it is. First thing that Doug indicated is number one, he'll continue to social media each month through different people and our own promoting Sky Valley real estate, golf membership, and just taking vacations in Raven County. Second comment was this year we're going to be working with some of the social media people, and I have found that I will get a lot of view from small ads I will place on the pages, and I'm reaching into their groups. Like I will place a small ad that will run, say, for 30 days, and I will place it in with tourism groups, golf groups, real estate groups, and others. You can reach tens of thousands of people that way. that will want to know about Sky Valley in a few minutes and stay up for weeks. We will continue to use different social media outlets each month and is very inexpensive, but it gets the word out. I want to broaden our reach to other places in the country. Number 3, I am in Florida this week at the annual PGA show in Orlando. I go each year to continue to talk to vendors, media outlets, and find new people we can work with to get the news out about Sky Valley. Still, most people do not know about Sky Valley. So we need to stay on top of things, but find new media people to come up and see it in person and go back and reach out to their readers. I will be seeing all of our current media contacts, working with them to do more stories about Sky Valley. But there's also meeting with new media outlets to tell them about the resorts and country club. I will share my meeting with you next month. Number 4, I'm planning on doing a media trip to, or FAM, to a few members of the media in the spring, if we can work all the schedules. Again, having the media see Sky Valley would be great again. But we will be bringing new people up to Sky Valley this year. And again, this is the biggest market we can do for Sky Valley for the cost. We could get 4 writers in one of Bill's house with no problems. Page 2. Number 5, continue to work with the Georgia State Golf Association on an event in October for a South Carolina Georgia teams event. I'm working with Jeff, who was up there last year with him, to get with a South Carolina golf person to make sure we got to promote Sky Valley as much as possible to South Carolina golfers. We will work on this hard all year and make sure we get Sky Valley name out to our neighbors' states. Number 6, mailing marketing will continue all year. We need to a new one-page email blast if we can get something new and fresh. Also, I'll be sending out the fall video that Steve did to my media email database each month, and will continue to send out the new ones during the year. Seeing the video will showcase what Sky Valley has to offer, and that is why we did the video. And have a great month, and you will report. So if there are any questions, and there were some questions, I'm just going to share what Jim Curtis had sent out, and Doug is going to respond to it. There was a question, and here's what Jim said. It would be interesting to see if the list of publications that Doug puts ads in and their circulation number. That might enhance our thinking about target groups and markets. So it was a very good comments from Jim. I sent it to Doug. Doug responded this morning that he'll respond tomorrow and give us an answer on it. That's great. So, and then we can discuss that at the next meeting. Are there any comments about, in this case, about Doug's report at all?
Well, he mentioned that he was going to share Steve's video. Or is he taking, I've taken the music off. I don't know, without royalty fees or, you know, paying for things that we are sharing it, or that we had planned to share it.
I guess it would have been that 40-second video. He should have, Steve, have you received that? That would be part of our agenda. Have you received that video yet? The updated video without the music?
No, I took the music off on just myself, and I have a copy, but no, I haven't seen anything from Steve. Jason, have you?
No, what Sharon is saying that is, I think at one time we were waiting on Steve to remove the music because of the royalty situation.
Yes.
But Sharon, I actually just provided Sharon with the video, and she was able to remove the music. So we don't need Steve to do that.
Okay.
It's now compliant as far as not having any royalty issues.
Because Steve said he was going to send that in. I guess he did not. So
Yeah, I don't recall receiving it, but regardless, Sharon's has been able to gratefully remove it. Yeah.
But I
Are
did
there
think,
places out there that you can pick up music that don't cost, that you can?
yes, ma'am. I did do
I'm
some
sure there
research on
is.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did some research and I shared that with Gordon. There are several options that have annual fees of right around, well, about $250. And then there are several, I found 4 options that do free. But and I'm happy to help with that at some point. But I think if we paid Steve to make that video and he had to remove that because it wasn't, you know, royalty free, that we should require him to put other music on it that is royalty free. I mean, we paid him, for the product and it's not usable as is. And I would rather share it with music than without.
But I agree with that. If he'll put something on that's royalty free.
Well, shouldn't we require him to do that? I mean, I don't know what the contract said, but you
No, the
think it's gonna be a year.
contract does not state that. Music.
But it doesn't state either anything about we want it to have music and we'll pay for music.
All right,
Yeah.
we'll discuss that in this contract. We'll get into that a little bit down the road, and I'll share with what he has in the contract. I think it'll be down and louder. I guess at this point, we'll discuss that as it goes along. Let's go into it, and that'll be somewhere I'll be discussing his contract and what's involved in his contract. Okay. I guess the other, go on to the website report. Jason, would you bring us up to date on that, please?
I can. I'm very pleased again that Sharon, so glad that you're here. She's been doing a great job updating the Sky Valley the Visit Sky Valley website, provided it some attention. So I'm really going to just pass it to her and kind of let her share what she's done. But I will say, if you've had a chance to look at it lately, it's obviously there's been some time and attention devoted to it. So Sharon, if you don't mind just kind of sharing what you've been doing with the Visit Sky Valley website, and I'll hush.
I'm looking at the page now, and Mike Lawson and I talked about it, and he was able to add the 5-day forecast rather than just that little weather button for the moment. So I thought that was a good addition. We've added several points of interest. I reshared the 5 adventure video for Raven County.
Right.
Maggie Valley Ice Fest is coming up this weekend. It's their first annual. And I know it's a little bit further away, but we just kind of looped it back, or I looped it back in to say, so much going on here. Come stay in the Sky Valley area. Bear Shadow Music Festival's coming up. That is on there, and it highlights that event and a place they can go to buy tickets. Just some kind of feel good stuff. We did a few global holidays, just the fun ones. And then we've listed put the trailer on for the Doggone movie, and kind of a little blurb about that and how beautiful Sky Valley is. Most of those things have also been posted on these Visit Sky Valley Facebook page. So lots of things going out and trying to build interest in our area. As it gets closer to spring and summer, we know there'll be more and more. Restaurants have been updated. So, I mean, just lots of little changes, but content's good. We're just adding more as we can to draw people's attention to us.
It looks great, Sharon.
Thank you.
It does.
Very
Yeah.
much improved.
Mhm.
Fantastic. Any other comments? I'm very good. Sharon, thank you for that report.
You're welcome.
Next item on agenda would be the Sky Valley Visitor Center update. I'm sorry, we got that. Sorry, we go to the, yes, let's go into the Sky Valley Visitor Center update. That would be Jason. I'm sorry.
Yes, as far as the visitor center, the project is coming along very well. Oliver Construction, which is the contractor that's been doing the work. Most of the heavy lifting has been done as far as retransforming the space from what it was to offices, chambers, etc. We do have a visitor center area that's kind of near, that's the open area at the front doors. And what we're looking at doing is we're still in the works with that, but we're thinking probably a couple of chairs, maybe like a little Keurig coffee. While somebody wants to rest. Of course, we have the bathrooms. We're going to have a touch screen kiosk, kind of like they have at Ford Raven, that you can put information down as far as where the Mud Creek Falls are at, or if somebody wants to see a map of the city they're coming in, where's my Verbo or Airbnb, as well as some of the regional stuff as far as restaurants and things like that. We really want to try to focus as much as we can on Sky Valley. And then we're also looking at maybe taking some of the old photos like Moody has, maybe framing some of those, mounting those to the walls. And we've even considered maybe having like a mural like the Ford Raven has. And We'll also have a display area. Sharon's actually starting to look at designing some coffee cups and hats and shirts. And so we're really kind of envisioning this to be a space that when people come in, again, they can use a restroom, have a cup of coffee if they want to rest for a moment. We can sell them some merchandise. They can find out about the city. And so we're excited. And really right now, as far as finishing up, True Vista's got to come in. We're waiting for them to come in with the technology. And we're in the exciting yet hectic part of picking out desks and furniture and how we're going to arrange everything. But it is coming along nicely. It's there's still some punch out stuff that needs to be done, trim work here, that kind of stuff. But it's I think people will be pleased when they see when it's finally done.
When do you expect, is there an opening date at all at this time?
We're probably 30 days out. True Vista needed about 2 weeks. We signed that contract with them, or that agreement, I should say, last week. And they were supposed to let me know this week about trying to get up there. We're looking at some signage for the building. That's hoping to try to get something there in the next couple of weeks, and just coordinating. We're going to try to do that in-house as far as the move, use our guys and so forth. So we're thinking probably 30 days, maybe.
Okay. What can we do in the marketing committee? I know we're discussing, there was some money to talk about. We have some budget money. What can the marketing committee do at this time? How can we help out? Where do we need some needs? And Jason?
Probably just getting the word out. I mean, I can't really think of anything off the top of my head that the marketing committee could do with this. I mean,
Jason, can I interrupt for a second?
yes, please.
I think it'd be great if the marketing committee could help design a brochure about Sky Valley so that we can have a printed brochure to hand out to visitors when they come in. And I think that would be really great.
Well, another thought that comes to mind as well is you probably know Lawson Media, who does our hosting for the city website, and part of that agreement is that they do the work. Since we're paying on the city side, they're also help us with the marketing side, which is a great deal as far as the marketing budget, because it doesn't impact your budget. But probably trying to customize that kiosk, interactive kiosk, maybe thinking about some things we want to see on there. So that probably would be beneficial to try to, as we're thinking about that. So I would suggest that as well. We will be able to use a lot of that stuff that Ford Raven has at no cost, which is again a benefit to the city and should not affect the marketing bottom line. But certainly we want, where that is geared towards Raven as a whole, we would probably really want to streamline that to Sky Valley.
I know there was a discussion last time about a goodie bag or something, or is there anything that you
Yes.
want to give out?
Yeah,
Discussion, comments
Yeah.
on that? Go ahead.
I think that would be great also, and include the brochure in the goodie bag. I think that would be great for new residents, especially.
Any comments? on that?
Gordon, we
Yeah.
used to have an exhibit up in Franklin there was a Chamber of Commerce type facility up there. And I know we spent some money and developed some cardboard, with pictures about Sky Valley and a little bit of narrative. I don't know, I haven't been in there recently to see if it's still there or not, but I haven't seen it in the budget. Do we still do that? And if not, do we have those displays that might go in our own visitor center?
I'd have to check on that.
Okay.
Are you talking about the new visitor center on the way to Franklin, Jim?
This one was on the you know where the Kentucky Fried Chicken is, where the old Ingalls used to be?
Yeah, oh, yeah,
Or, or maybe they're still there, I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, but
Yeah.
it was a really interesting facility and it was worth a stop.
Well, they have a fairly new one and I haven't been in it. It's very large. You know, it's on the left as you're going to Franklin. Have you seen the Welcome Center?
Is that the
or
Great Rocky Mountain Visitor Center?
Yeah, yeah. I'm just wondering if we
Okay.
need to visit that and kind of maybe get some ideas
Yeah.
too, but
Yeah.
that would be good.
Good idea.
Yes.
I have been to that before. They have a little bit of display. It's that they sell a lot of merchandise in there,
Hmm.
and they have space reserved for that. But certainly, it would probably be a good place to kind of look at and get some ideas. We can certainly do that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Great.
Yeah.
We would like to, I guess, as someone could volunteer, maybe channel this project because it's coming up soon. Anyone would like to step up and sort of manage it, or I could, or someone else has some ideas that we could, proceed with it.
All right,
Right.
what would be the scope of this group, Gordon?
I think the scope of it would be just they assist, based on the needs for the needs of the visitor center in terms of marketing, how could we assist, what we could do to market Sky Valley, and within our budget, what are the things we might be able to do? Brochures, displays, or organization as the kiosk. I really don't know, but and to get ideas what other visitor centers have been doing and what we could do, that ideas that we might be able to do to enhance and market Sky Valley.
Has everybody been to Forward Raven office and seen all the kiosks and they've done a fantastic job.
Yes, they have.
A lot
Yes.
of things we can share, what they will share with us.
Mhm.
I
from
went
there,
down.
but That's
Yeah.
have you been in there, Sharon?
Yes, ma'am. I went last
Good.
week.
Good.
I
Great.
was on to say too, I know CJ said, they have so many brochures and some of them are obviously just, I hate to say homemade, but computer made. And I
Mhm.
know they said that CJ just did one for the Highlands. So I opened it and I was looking at it and I said, well, we'd love to have one for ours. And CJ wasn't in the room at the time, but Linda said, well, and when I opened it, it's all about the commerce they have. So I guess I wonder if we kind of got together and decided what we want to showcase in Sky Valley, because no commerce per se, except for the club golf. But definitely we could do trails and restaurants and what else, waterfalls, golf, just things. But I'm thinking, I don't know, Jamie, if you still have a connection with her, if that would be something maybe you could talk with her and share some of those pictures with.
She has already said she would definitely help us with that.
Good.
Great.
And my thought about what we share and what we project is the lifestyle, the whole thing,
Sure.
which includes golf, which includes people and
Pickleball and all that. Yeah.
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 And again,
That
I
would be
think,
great.
and I think if we could put trail maps for the local trails in and
Mhm.
around Sky Valley, that'd be a big help.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work
Yep.
trying to
Yeah.
figure out where to go to take a decent hike. And if we could help people do that.
And there's
Well,
a
they're
publication. Oh, go ahead, Chair.
I'm sorry. Well, there are kiosks, I don't know. I'm sure you all know, it was new to me, but how those kiosks work, then you type in your email address or a number, and I think it'll send it directly to your phone. So it would be super if we could be, have the trail maps, water maps and all of that, where they could just send it to themselves as a download. And I know that would come
Right.
from the Lawson Group,
Mhm.
but
Right.
they've done it there, so we know they can do it.
Right. And they said they would share anything with us for free since we are part of them. So that's wonderful.
In our welcome center, maybe we can have monthly publications like the Laurel magazine. Of course, that's a pickup free.
Right.
But also magazines that you pay for, the Mountain Traveler or some of those others, just have those there. Maybe contact the publishers of those and see if we can't get on there their spot to put their magazines, because those that came to mind because they often have trails and so much
Right.
about hiking in the area.
And I got some information of who to contact from the ones that are provided by the newspaper. She gave me Laurel information. So I have some of those things. It's just, I don't know that, they said they advertised some of those like Traveler and things, but I don't know that I discussed how to get those, but I'm sure they can help us with that too.
Yeah.
You've got some great ideas here. I think, do you mind sharing and possibly if we go out to chairing this, we get some co-chairs with it in terms of spearing it so that put something together within the next month and then we can present at the next meeting. Do you have time to do that?
Yeah, what exactly do you want? Like the
Maybe we get some
periodical?
ideas, what we could do, and then have a couple members on it. I volunteer to be on the member. And then Jamie possibly could. She has a lot of ideas, or anyone else that would like the mayor. And then we can get together by email initially and possibly have a meeting and just share ideas. I love what you're doing here and put it together maybe within a couple of weeks. And great.
I'd be glad to help. I'll be glad to help, Sharon.
Great.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm volunteering Jamie too.
Jamie, great.
Well,
Hey, Jason, how many square feet do we have in that entry area to work with?
Not a whole lot.
I'd have to pull up, I mean, the building itself is about 2,000 square feet.
The lobby is 24 feet by 10 or 11 feet. So
Oh, wow.
Probably
Okay.
250 square feet, maybe.
Cool.
In the open area, of course.
Yeah.
Some of that will be where you lead towards Monica's office and Sharon's office.
and the council room and bathrooms. Yeah. It's really going to be really nice, y'all. He did a fabulous job. It doesn't look like the same building at all.
Good.
I would like also, Sharon, I know at Forward Raven, they have these wonderful vinyl graphics and that become like a wallpaper. I would
Right.
love to look into something like that. There's several areas, I think, in our new building that it would look wonderful to have a huge, blow up of the chapel or whatever, I think
Yes.
that would be really wonderful. So if we
Fantastic.
can look into that, that would be great.
Possibly.
also- Go
I'm sorry,
ahead.
go
I'm
ahead,
sorry.
Mayor. I'm sorry, go ahead, Mayor.
No, I'm through.
I think it just came, if we get maybe a couple of weeks, I could have a personal meeting if you want to have a chat where put something together and Sharon, and then we possibly could all get together and chat back and forth and come up with these ideas. Yes. Rest of the committee, if you're onto it, maybe 2 weeks or whatever you can put it together, that would be wonderful. Yeah.
Okay.
Time is somewhat of its essence here. We're talking about 30 days or so. So
Well, remember, Gordon, that's mountain time.
That's great. Okay.
I like that suggestion of like an interior shot of the chapel with all the wood and the stained glass, and maybe we could show the picture of the bear and say something about the architecture of the old lodge, and maybe some shots off the back of people's decks at the mountain views, and sort of
That would be
show
great.
the
Yeah.
Sky Valley lifestyle that way.
I think Mud Falls would be a good choice too.
Absolutely.
Oh, right, right.
I like
right.
that. I like the idea of the TV camera in the lobby that shows how to get there and then what you're going to see when you get there.
Yeah.
Great ideas, great idea.
Yeah.
So we'll just follow up, I guess, in this Sharon, and you'll follow up with the committee in terms of timing wise, we can all get together or suggested time. Great. Thank you. Very, very good. Excellent. Okay.
And if any citizens have any ideas, we'll take that too. That's for sure.
Sure.
Very nice, very nice. So on the committee right now, who do we have? I guess we're marking it down.
Gordon, Jamie, Holly, and myself is what I have.
And Jim.
And Jim.
Jim.
Great. Anyone else that would wish to volunteer? That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Anybody wants to join in, they're welcome. Yeah.
Yes, right. Very good. Thank you. Okay, next item would be the Forward Raven Marketing Board meeting report. Jamie, please.
We had a meeting, which was mostly just having interviews. I won't say interviews, but presentations from the Atlanta Journal and Access Atlanta, and then one more video company for opportunities for coming up this year. So those were good presentations, very, very expensive. So right now, things are kind of just rocking as usual, the steady things that we always do. The current USA Today National Go Escape Winter we're in, USA Today Hunt and Fish, WSB Travel Promo, Winter, Fall and Winter Georgia Great Places, Fall and Winter Atlanta Magazine Southbound, December Good Housekeeping Atlanta, December January Smoky Mountain Living, Holiday North Georgia Vacation Guide, Holiday Atlanta Parent, Winter Travel and Taste and Tour, Winter Southern Edge Magazine, Winter Blue Ridge Country Magazine, Winter Oxford American Print, January, February, Georgia Public Broadcasting, January, February, Southern Travel and Lifestyle, Atlanta Hawks, Season, Home Games, UGA, Ohio State Peach Ball, we were in that. Encore Playbill, which is the playbill for the Atlanta Ballet and the Fox Theater, we're in those. We have been in those. We're trying to decide whether to go forward and do that again. The Clayton Tribune and different inserts in partner magazines, 2 billboards, the Georgia Visitor Map and State Park maps and centers, and weekly newsletters, social media posts for all 3. And there's a VIC video running in all state and southern regional visitor centers. Those are ongoing right now, and they're at least ongoing through February. And then we've got a lot of opportunities that we're weighing, but also waiting for the budget approval and to figure out where to go from here. So that's kind of where it is right now.
A lot
How
going
spec-
on.
How specifically do they mention Sky Valley? Is it just
They
generic
do-
Raven
no,
County
it's-
and not Clayton, or?
It's generic Raven County. And you know, the thing is, they promote Raven County to get people here, period. And so we need to connect up with them in their visitor center and, you know, specific things. We might have a short clip, just like somebody else in a banner from Forward
Yeah.
Raven, might have a short clip that would rotate. It wouldn't be
Great
something
idea.
every time. But, you know, they're doing a great job of getting people to Raven County. And I think therefore affecting us here, because people are investigating, they're coming to the waterfall there. And it's our job just to be out there, you know,
Yeah.
to really promote ourselves.
Do we still have a Sky Valley display area in Forward Raven? I haven't been there in a while. I know there was like about the golf course and there were golf clubs and.
Yeah, you know, I'm assuming so. I don't know any change, and nobody sent the golf clubs back. But for the meetings, I always go in the back door.
Yeah,
I
me
don't
too,
go
me
through the
too.
front.
Well, that's
I'll
a
have
good,
to
guess
check that
we-
out.
Okay, thank you, Jamie.
Jamie, thank you. What about that 40-second video? Did we ever exchange that? Is that something you could use? Steve's 40-second video about Sky Valley?
I'm
I'm
not
sorry,
sure I
you know,
understand the
Steve's-
question.
The question is, do they have, or can I use the 40-second video that Steve had, you know, produced on Sky Valley?
In some place in there,
Yeah, yes,
um,
I put
You
under
know,
video.
I will definitely ask them to see if they will.
You know, I know they had, I've been in there and watched the videos. It's wonderful. If there's a way that 40-second video could be put in there.
Yeah,
Yes, that's specifically on Sky Valley. Yes,
right.
short.
I will talk to CJ about where she can use it. I
Yeah.
feel like she can work that in somewhere, surely. in one of the
Fantastic.
kiosks.
Yeah, yes, yes. Okay, very
Okay.
good. Thank you. Any other question to Jamie? Very good, Jamie. Thank you. Lots going on in Forward Raven for sure.
Sharon, we have a meeting. It's the first Mondays of every month unless, we have to reschedule for some reason. And there is a meeting February 6th. If you'd like to go.
They told me, I thought they said second Monday of each month. No?
No, I'm pretty sure it's first Monday.
Okay.
I got it down for the 6th, which is the
Okay.
first Monday.
Yeah, I had planned to go. Thank you.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Jamie, for the report. And the next item on the agenda would be the Sky Valley Marketing 2000 budget. I'm pleased to report that your budget that you voted on approved was approved without any changes by the Sky Valley City Council. That was very nice. And a couple of questions that you have is they've asked me, Jason asked me, in terms of the revenue side, in terms of could the POA and the club give us an idea of when they plan to send in their funds, the schedule they'll have in terms of the revenues that will come in, the monetary contribution. Don't need an answer right now, but we get an idea from a planning standpoint.
I will check on the club's contribution.
Okay, Bruce, could you do it in terms of the POA?
Right. I'll
Yeah,
do
just
this.
to give a timetable, and then that could be either send it in or send it to Jason, or we report at the next meeting.
I can say for the city's 5,000 contribution, I did mention to Karen that we probably need to go ahead and get that check cut so we can get that deposited into the marketing checking account. We will be signing checks tomorrow, so I will reconfirm with Karen that that is one of those checks. You still have about $7,000, so 5,000 cities should take you up to about 12, and of course the other contribution be coming in that increase what you have to work with as well.
Right.
While I'm thinking about it, Jason, you want to talk about the 4th of July celebration date? Just for their information.
I can, yeah, we've reached out to Munderland, which is we're in our final year in that 3-year agreement with them. And that's going to be Monday, July 3rd. Tuesday, the 4th is going to be on the Tuesday. And historically, a lot of people are going to be off that Monday anyway, weekend, and the 4th being on a Tuesday. They will shoot the Dillard House on Tuesday, so they'll shoot us on Monday, and we are already starting to plan accordingly. So we have a feeling it's going to be bigger than ever. Sharon and I have already had some conversations about the 4th. I think she's actually spoken with a couple of food truck vendors and designing a 4th of July t-shirt. So I know that's really not on the agenda, but thank you, Mayor, for asking about that. And we are excited. And of course, it all ties into marketing. So,
Well,
Yeah,
I
just
talked
marketing
to, excuse me, I talked to Grace, the president of the POA, and they will switch their breakfast to that day also. So that's good.
okay, yeah. Mark your calendar, Monday, July 3rd.
Yeah.
Is the day we're gonna go with. So
Yeah.
looking forward to it.
Okay, and I believe that the Sid Weber is going to plan on doing the barbecue that night too, on the 3rd.
Great,
Good.
great.
So it'll
Who-
be the standard celebration.
Would that be the person you live with doing that?
Yeah, that would be him. I can't promise that's exactly right, but I'm going out on a limb here, but I
Okay.
asked that
Ah.
I
question.
see him behind
you.
Yeah. So you're not promising if you're still living with him or if he will do the breakfast or if he will do the dinner. I don't know.
It's on day to day. I can tell you I slept with him last night, but today's another day.
Very nice. Excellent. Well, are there any questions on the budget at all as we go on to the next item? I'm just glad that for the year, we have everything planned out as you see it. and it should be a nice organization in terms of, doing what we want to do. So really it's helpful. And I again, appreciate the city approving it so that we've got 12 months ahead of us and it's planned out. Something comes up. Thank you. And we have some degree of flexibility now. If something would change, as you see, based on Jason's recommendations, you base it on a generalization of categories. Good. Jason, anything to add to that at all in terms of the budget?
No, I know we've had citizen comments about the budget, but I will say that the city attorney has reviewed it. And so we're good to go. So I'll just leave it at that.
Again, thank you for within the committee for your lots of involvement and, a solid budget that will go on from here. Great. Okay, the next item on the agenda is the Steve Dingber's photographic agreement. And one of the we talked a little bit earlier, and we'll go into it again. Essentially, you had your questions last time. I'm going to read some of the comments on it. For your information, the terms of the agreement will cover 1 year starting spring, summer, fall, and winter. The agreement date is 13th of May, 2022. The terms of the agreement shall control photographers shall use commercial reasonable efforts to complete the services by December 31st, 2022. With client acknowledging that some services may be completed reasonably and necessary in 2023. In regarding 2023, this is a response that I sent a question to Steve on. In regarding 2023, I told Doug, whatever Sky Valley needs, just let me know and I'll be happy to take care of it. Also, for your information, we are still on the lookout for snow, so hopefully that will happen. As far as my 2023 schedule, so far, I am out of country February 17th to the 27th, July 5th to the 20th. So, in answer to the question, he is open to up to this point, if we have other opportunities that we want photographs of or videos of, he will do it. And so that's very, very good. And of course, the key is for us snow. Maybe Bruce, you have some ideas of any type of dancing up there that might, or maybe you don't want the snow at this time, but we're looking for snow. I guess it's good and bad news.
Gordon, the public works guys do not like us to say those words, the S word.
Yes.
It's kind of like Beetlejuice. If you say it 3 times, it shows up. So don't say that word anymore.
Okay.
I will say there is a slight chance for next week. In fact, before this morning, I was actually over at Public Works today speaking with Jerry and Cody, and we were having a conversation where we're ready for it as much as Mother Nature could throw at us. So we've got brine made, we've got plows on our vehicles, and we'll do our best.
Yeah. And if the word doesn't occur, there's in the budget, there is additional funding that was set aside for photography. So if it doesn't happen and year goes by, we don't have it through May, we have the opportunity, if it happens, this current budget through November, December of this year. So hopefully it'll happen. We'll get some snow. I'm looking for it. And it'll be short term. And then a couple of days later, of course, it'll be 50 degrees and it'll melt.
And you said the word again, Gordon.
Yes. I hear you. Okay. Any questions?
Gordon, in reference to Sharon's question about the music that to be attached, since that is not in his contract, Sharon, could you just maybe look at the free website for right now, or the free whatever it is app, and throw some music that's appropriate in there and we can use it?
I may be able to, but I don't know that I have an editable version per se. I have just what Jason shared. If Gordon maybe could reach out to him and ask him if he could share the original, I guess, so that I can go from there. I can't exactly tell, excuse me, but I'm certainly willing to work on it and see what I can do.
Is there, I know there's a bunch of apps where you can edit videos. maybe we can look into that too, because
Yes.
we'll probably need that in the future and then throw the music in or something. But
Mhm.
I'll be glad to fiddle around with you on that too. Not that I know that much about it, but I'll help you if I can.
Okay, well, let me do some research and see
Right.
which editor might be best. Okay?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So we have in the budget, music, wherever for to a certain amount, and we have in the budget, some photographer if we don't.
Right.
So that up to $1,250. So hopefully we can get something.
Right.
Then I think we said Paul was on here. He said he was somewhat involved, something we should be able to do. I think Paul
Yeah.
seemed to have a music ear on it. I think he asked a question why we didn't look at it earlier. I
Right.
don't think we had anyone that really had the, let's say, the capabilities, but now with Paul, I think Paul could help us on that. Does that
Yeah.
make sense? Yeah,
Yeah.
Paul, that was- yes.
And we can find somebody to blame, can't we, Gordon?
Yes, right. Yeah. Good. So could that have something possibly by the next meeting? We have a report on the music and what's out there
Sure.
and cost and so forth. And again, I know nothing about it, but how we can add it in terms of we have future videos, the videos we have. Good.
I'll help you, Sharon, if you want, if you need me.
Okay.
Very good. Very good. Thank you. Any other comments on that at all? Okay, say here, next item, Steve Denberg's photos, video to shoot. And I think we've already discussed that. If there's anything else, I think, Sharon, you mentioned something about a golf tournament last meeting, or if there's any future, if we can plan it out, Steve, in that area, if you have some events you want to be shot at this point or videos, just let Steve know in advance up to this May and he will do it. But we have to give him time to plan it in.
Okay, I did call the country club and ask some questions. Whoever I needed to, the lady said she's fairly new, but whoever she needed to talk to about it was off this week. So she said she'll keep in mind and get back with me.
Okay. Committee, any other things you need? We'll talk about it again and again, but are there any other videos that we want or photos we want, that we want to have part of our, our Sky Valley group? So if there's anything you would like, please do it. And we'll just try to plan it in advance. Great.
Okay.
Very good. Thank you. Okay, next was Steve Denberg's 40-second Sky Valley video. I think that was already discussed. The video itself, we have removed the music so that we can use it. Is that correct at this time, Sharon?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. And can you discuss anywhere how to use it? I guess Jamie, she's going to look at possibly using this without the music for the
Raven, yeah.
Raven. Yes. Okay, good.
Oh, can I say something when we were talking about the visitor center?
Sure.
Jason and I discussed perhaps having like framed photos of the development of Sky Valley over the decades, years. And he mentioned that Moody Barrack might have something that we could use free of charge or, for a fee. I don't, other than Facebook, I don't know how, does anybody have a relationship with him that might be something we could ask about?
Yeah. Yes.
You can take care of that? Okay, and then let me know.
Yeah.
I'll help in any way I can.
Okay.
Okay.
I think
He's been-
Helen Kleiber has some, the hallway in the club
Mhm.
looks great.
Yes,
Helen
yes.
Kleiber provided a lot of those that had to do with the skiing. Some of that in the visitor center, just the old history wall,
Yeah.
would be fun to see.
Yeah.
If there's space.
Well, even if we did some in the council, area, I think it'd be nice just to have that there. We can talk more about the decorations of like that vinyl wallpaper with the mural. It's a great idea. It's just
Mhm.
finding space that we want to put little blurbs of whatever we want to portray our lifestyle as.
Good. Okay, next item on the agenda would be the City of Sky Valley Business Timeline Honor Roll ad. Jamie, could you just discuss a little bit what we did?
Well, we just subscribed or re-upped again for this year. The Tribune once a year has a timeline. So businesses that have been around since the 50s, 60s, put an ad in there. And Sky Valley had one last year. We voted to do it again this year. And it's just a really tiny little one that we choose to do. So it's got Mayor Holly Stiles' name and number on it. And it's just,
Lordy.
this was last year. We just redid the last year one.
Oh, okay.
And it's like 2 inches by whatever. It's just a tiny little thing. But anyway, we're in it.
And the price is reasonable.
Yeah.
Cost,
Yeah, $65, I think.
$69. Right.
Is it my glamour shot, Jamie?
Well, it doesn't have your picture.
Oh, good.
Next year, we need to do that.
Good.
We need to do that. Well, I'd pay more for having that.
That is a very good idea. Yeah, including for that. Very good. Okay, the next item on the agenda would be the Scaly Mountain Bear Shadow Music Festival. Jason, you had brought this up. Maybe you can talk a little bit about it again, please.
I can. I have heard about this festival before, and really I kind of stumbled on it again on accident. My daughters wanted to go ice skating up in Highlands, and so I was trying to get the hours. The interesting thing is it's kind of marketed towards Highlands, but it's actually going to be at the Winfield Farms, which is just up at the outpost where they
Right.
do the tubing. It's so geographically, it's actually closer to Sky Valley than it is Highlands. And I was just thinking, Sharon and I were talking about this, and with it's actually going to be in I pulled the website up, April, late April, April 28th through the 30th. And I know we're kind of late in the game on this, but I would imagine that some of these acts are nationally known music acts. It's being headlined by Jason Isbell, who's a pretty big name in the world of like bluegrass and country music. And it's a weekend event. And I was just thinking, or Sharon and I were talking, that surely the goodness, there's going to be folks that are going to be looking for Verbos and Airbnbs, and they'll be looking for places to stay. So it may be a way that we could piggyback, or even next year for 24 could partner with them on that. But it's obviously going to impact more than just Highlands and Scaly. So I think Sharon has put something on the Visit Sky Valley website, but it looks like a fun event. And so
Jason, isn't the bear shadow, isn't that in the fall? The
Well,
actual shadow?
well, it's actually has to do.
Yeah.
It's a mountain, one of the mountains. I think it's actually between Highlands and Cashiers, but it's pretty remote, that area. But certain days, certain parts of times of the year.
Oh, okay. It's more than one then. Okay.
If you catch the sun rising or setting, it casts the shape of one of the mountains as the sun hits it. It creates a shadow on the face of the other mountain.
Yeah.
That looks like a shadow. And so, but this place, the Winfield Farm, if you know where the Dollar General is at, and the Scaly Mountain Community Center, is you're heading towards Highlands. It's a big farm on the right. And again, it's actually like from a mileage standpoint, it's actually closer to here than it is Highlands. So anyway, just we found that, and again, there may probably a little late in the game this year, but certainly as the marketing committee is looking at things, that may be a great opportunity for 24, because I think this is their second or third year, and the fact that they're getting some of this big name talent tells me it must be doing pretty well. So and from some of the prices that I'm seeing, it seems to be pretty high class, and probably some of the demographic that would look into.
Say the date is at April 28th to the 30th. Is that correct?
April 28th. That's a Friday, Sunday. Saturday the 29th, and Sunday the 30th. So I'm sure they scheduled it kind of late enough in to kind of rule out the chances for snow and bad weather, but it certainly won't be too hot. So it looks like it'd be a fun event. They've got a lot of food vendors and a lot of in fact, Blue Hound Barbecue, which is just up the road where we did our Christmas presentation. I had spoken with their manager the other day, and he said that they were going to be partnering with that. So anyway, just wanted to just kind of showcase that and just say that, although it's kind of a Highlands scaly thing, obviously we do know that it hopefully will have positive impacts on Sky Valley as well. And
Isn't that the weekend that Celebrate Clayton usually holds their event also? I don't know if they're still doing that or not.
It is, they usually do that weekend, but Celebrate Clayton has taken on another form. It's become something else. There's no
Oh.
more Celebrate Clayton. And I don't know what their dates are going to be this year. Haven't heard that yet. So,
Well, thank you, Jason, for the report. Now we go, the next item on the agenda is doggone. Maybe you can tell us a little about this, Holly.
A year ago or so ago, the movie company rented or paid to use our waterfall, and I don't know any other areas in our city. Jason, was there any other part in the city?
There may be a couple of really short incidental, but
Yeah,
the showcase is the falls, and there's probably, I've actually watched the movie. It's kind of a kid-friendly movie. We watched it the weekend it came out, and
yeah.
there's probably 30, 45 seconds of movie that's Mud Creek. There's also a portion to Little Falls down that way, but
Yeah.
It definitely, if you know the Mud Creek, or you certainly can tell it's where it's filmed at. Yeah, they actually filmed that in August of 21. So the movie, as you know, a lot of times there's post-production time and things are wrapped up. But it is out. I know I was speaking with a couple of our employees who have small kids, and they watched it. And, it's a cute film, family friendly. And so it is neat. It is neat that you see the Sky Valley representation.
Maybe we can put a picture of that in our video there's a big picture of the falls and Rob Lowe and the other star in it. So maybe we can put that in our.
He's certainly an A-list actor. So that was, a big city.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good movie. It was one of those feel-good movies that you walked away with a smile, and it was a happy thing. It was like a Hallmark Christmas, but it was a good movie. We watched it.
So do we have that on our visitor Facebook page? Is that on it?
Yes, sir.
It is. Yes.
Sharon has posted a link there
Yes,
with the trailer. And so, it's
great.
Well, several years ago, many of our Sky Valley residents were in a Hallmark movie. Maybe I Love on the Ranch or something like that.
yeah.
Yeah. So maybe we can put that in there. All the stars. Christmas on the Range. Well, I was close, Jason.
Yeah, my wife loves those movies, and I watched it with her.
So maybe we can highlight all our movie stars from Sky Valley too.
Okay. How can we do that? I guess at this point, what can we do in terms of, promoting people to see it and watch it and highlight Sky Valley? We got it on the Facebook. Is there anything else we could do?
Well, the lady who is in charge of bringing movie companies to Rabun County is on the Forward Rabun board, isn't she? Jamie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Pam Thompson.
So I told her, I suggested that if they ever wanted to do a senior citizen zombie movie, that they could come up to Sky Valley.
Shame on you.
You're good. You are on top of it. That's great. That was great. So at this point, other marketing, we can move in, or we're okay with it, or great. Anything else we can do with it? I guess at this time, Jamie, great. Okay, any other business?
I have a question. I'm wondering what the status of access to Steve Denberg's pictures are. I'm interested in looking through them because for two purposes, and I'll tell you what they are, and you can tell me whether or not they're available for that or they're not available for that. One of them is as part of the country club, I am working on putting together a package, a welcome package for people coming to Sky Valley, which promotes the club and that. And I'd like to have a really good picture of the golf course to do on a folder, kind of a wraparound folder, so we could put the information in it. I don't want to give them a stapled piece of paper and that. I want to do a package with a folder. So I'm looking for a picture to go on the folder. The other purpose of it is I am responsible for the directory for the Sky Valley Garden Club. And we always have pictures on the front and back of the directory that we do. And so I'm wondering if we have any pictures of like the entrance to Sky Valley, which, because the garden club works very hard on that, is the entranceway. So I'm looking for pictures to use both as a cover for the directory and for a folder to include information about Sky Valley Country Club. So can I use those pictures for that? And how could I get the pictures? Two questions.
Roberta, for my one of my state of the city addresses, I did a whole thing on the entrance. So I have a bunch of, I think, nice pictures of the entrance I would be glad to share with the garden club. And as far as I am aware, because the club is part of marketing, you certainly can use the photos.
Okay, well, I don't want, I didn't want to access them and then use them without running it by the marketing committee to make sure that I was not, stepping outside our what we could do with them. I would love to have any pictures that you have, Holly,
Okay, I'll send
of
it to you.
the front entrance. That would be great.
And I think Steve took more great pictures of the
Right.
golf course than anything else in Sky
Right.
Valley.
Okay.
So
Right.
you're
So-
not.
I have the disc still, and I have organized all the photos into files that Steve had in one section. And I thought that I was about done. I was so happy. And then but at the same time, I thought, there's things missing that I think I've seen somewhere. But going back to another section of the disc were what looks like about 3,000 more photographs. And a lot of them are just runs of something he took a lot of times. So I'm in the process right now of going through those and trying to pick the better, putting the discarded ones in a folder and leaving them there so that you all can decide if you want something from there. But there are definitely golf course shots of each hole. So I'm trying to get a good shot of each hole to put in the golf club folder. And so I'm in the process of doing that right now. As far as where we're going to store these and upload these to, I haven't worked on that, and I assume that's between Jason and Sharon. Have you all
Right.
looked into any options there?
Darren, are you able to kind of expand on that? I know we've talked about Google Drive or.
Yeah, I think just price wise, Google Drive is free. And storage was a concern, but each city account is about to get 2 terabytes of storage. So I believe we will have plenty to store those there. It said, I looked up and it says photos and videos are stored in the same resolution you took them, with no change, unless you have to compress them for storage. But I don't believe we would, just because we have such an amount. It says they're also after 30 days on your device, but they are backed up in Google Photos library, so we can still access them. It would be a share by permission basis. So like if anyone asks, can I see those photos, that we would just give them access to do that.
So when you get that in place, if you happen to get that in place just right away, while I'm working on these, it might be that if at me as a given access to or co-administrator or something could upload as I go.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That'd
no,
be great.
I
Yeah.
take that back because I keep editing each folder. And I think I might get into trouble if I had them up there and then had to, I don't know if they would go to the right place. I have to think about that. But
Okay,
anyway,
but
it might be
within
an
Google,
option.
yeah, we can also set up folders for, you know, if you want golf course here and then break it down inside, hole one, you know,
Yeah,
whatever you got.
that's where I've gone with it. I've
Yeah.
got,
But
lots.
you've
and
done
lots
it
of
where?
folders.
Within the hard drive
The
or?
hard drive.
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay.
that when it is uploaded, it'll be all finished and finalized.
That's perfect.
Because I
like
think, I think you could go individually to
Mhm.
each file and upload and update each file because we'll be adding to it all the time.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
But I don't want to get into, there's too many photographs to get it complicated.
Right. I can only imagine if you found 3,000 more.
Mhm.
So Sharon, at this time, I know you were looking at a system that would be accessible. We'd store it, file it, and classify it for future photos, and then we have access to it. What did you call that again? You've looked at, I'm sorry. And then, of course, we have Steve Dinberg has 3 visits that he hasn't sent us yet that we need the files on from last year. So we got a bunch of photos there and videos that we haven't received because we didn't know what we wanted to do with them. If we wanted to put them on a hard disk drive and send them. So we have that.
I think he probably should, as much as I hate to say that, because if we organize it, I don't think we can expect him to go in and put them in the correct
No,
folders.
he's not,
He
no.
would just dump them and then
He's just gonna dump them.
then we'd still have to deal with it. So
The question is, we were holding off, should he purchase or we take the existing hard drive that we have and he adds on to it, remember the discussion, and then send it to him and he downloads it? Or do we find out some other way that he can take all the files he has, videos and files he has? I think he has 3 different visits. He has a ton of them, and then send it to us. But we're holding off on that until we figured out how we're going to store them and where he should send them.
well, if we
Sharon,
did go with Google Drive, if he would upload these last 3 just in one folder that says fall 2022 and put that one folder up there. And then, we could go into that folder and move the pictures to where we wanted them. I think that would work.
Sharon, do you have any comments? Because we're willing to do. He'll do what we wish to do. But if we're ready at this point to do that, Sharon, do you have a comment on that? I'm open.
Sharon,
We'll do it.
you can buy additional storage space after the 2 terabytes, I assume, with Google
Sure.
Drive.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Google Drive.
Mhm.
When do you think that might happen?
Which part?
We hope to
Put
be
it-
adding that.
Put-
extra
Starting to put them
space.
up on Google.
I don't know because I will create the Google Drive. It'll be through my Google here.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how he could upload to my drive. He could send them, but I don't know how he could possibly send them unless, I shared access
Did
to
you
the
give
drive
him
with.
access?
Yes, I probably could. If I just make a file, like you said, you'd like to call it 2022 fall.
Yeah,
or
or
new
whatever
photos,
his 3 visits
whatever.
were.
Yes,
Yeah.
3
Give
different
him,
visits.
maybe there's some way that we can give temporary access, and then after a certain period of time, we do away with that.
Oh yeah, we can
Log
always take
in,
access away.
take it away, and then that
Yeah.
person has no more access anymore without getting access,
Right.
again.
And this includes videos also that can be stored on Google Drive, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Steve has used Google Drive. I think he
Okay.
sent some things up on Google Drive because I didn't have enough storage at the time to open it and
Mhm.
download because the
Yeah.
files were too big.
Yeah, one of the
So-
issues with Steve when sending information is how you get access to it. And you could only you'd have to be on it. So I could have access to it, but no one else. If I try to forward it on, we couldn't forward the information. So I'll tell you what the best thing to do here. if you would, Sharon, figure out what you want and send me an email on how you want to do it. And then I'll be in correspondence with Steve and we'll get all that information sent.
Okay, we're currently working on the 2 terabytes. Monica's having some issues getting Google to do some things. So it's not quite ready, but hopefully soon as we can, I will share
As
that.
we can, send it to me and then I'll discuss it with Steve and we'll get them. That would be
Okay.
great. But, you know, I know this is a complicated, at least for me, it's complicated, but once we get it, we want a system where for future, you know, we have a system, so we have future photographs, videos. They can be, he said, uploaded, sent to the city and the city then can send them out where they want, send them out. That
Yeah,
makes sense.
however he sends them, we can save them to the drive. So if he
I
just
got it.
sent,
Okay, so
yeah.
he doesn't have to buy a separate hard drive and then send it to us. He should be able to do it.
no,
Great.
shouldn't have to do that.
That's one, great, terrific.
But
Any
until
other-
we get the storage, we can't we don't have
Got
the
it.
space to download it.
Got it. And storage, I guess videos take tons of storage, right? I mean, is that?
It would take
separate?
more than photos for sure, yes.
Right. Any other comments on
Gordon-
that? Yes.
Gordon, could you, during this process, if you get to the point where it becomes available, like before the next meeting that we
Yes.
have, could you send an email out about we can now access it and this is who you need to talk to be allowed access to it and all of that? So if something happens before the next meeting,
Yes.
you know, I can work on that.
Yes, I
That would be
can.
great.
Jason, do you have
Okay.
anything to add to that?
I think the access will come through Sharon, Roberta.
Okay,
Okay,
got it. Yes, so Sharon will be the gatekeeper at this case here.
Mhm.
We accessed it, right.
okay.
Okay.
Well, maybe I could ask Sharon so I don't call you all the time
you-
asking you.
I don't have a problem. I love to be, no, I love to be in the loop. Yes,
Could you make a note saying that, or to let me know, you know, when I can access it and what I need to do and all of that? I will be more than happy to contact you if I just know. I don't want to, you know, contact you constantly. So
Sure. I wrote it down.
thank
So
you.
as soon as we get that figured out, we'll get it set up. I don't know if maybe Jamie is able to share just maybe a few shots of each thing you were worried
Right.
concerned about to put on the entrance and the golf club. I don't know, you know, if she could help you with that in the meantime, but yeah, I'll definitely make a note to contact you.
Okay, that'll be great. Thank
Very
you,
good.
Sharon.
I'll let you all know. Yeah.
thank you for the discussions on it. Okay, any other business?
I was just gonna ask, does everybody have Sharon's email address?
Go ahead and give it to us.
Would you mind giving that out, Sharon? I know there's several comments about getting information. Would you just give that out to everybody, please?
Sure. It's city manager. Oh,
No,
no,
no.
wait. It's okay. SVGACOM@skyvalleyga.com.
Please repeat that.
SVGA, like Sky Valley, Georgia, com for communications at skyvalleyga.com.
I just want to take a second, Gordon, if that's okay. And I
Yeah,
know
sure.
you're saying, oh God, she's talking again. I want to thank Sharon for agreeing to come and work with her Sky Valley family, and she's doing a fabulous job. You did a good job, Jason, in hiring her. That was great. And we are so glad to have you, Sharon. And she's off her probationary period, so she's still with us. So there you go.
Very good, thank
That's
you.
great. We're glad to have you for sure.
Yes, we
Yes.
are.
Yes,
Yes,
such
we
a
are.
need.
And that was a great suggestion, Jim, too, for Doug and the different magazines and publications. I thought that was a great suggestion too.
Very good. He said to respond, and I'll respond to the committee, let you know the committee, his answers. Okay, our next meeting date is set for Thursday, February 23rd. Are there any issues with that? Again, we try to do the last Thursday of the month. Is that meeting date okay? Any issues where it cannot be? Good.
Fine with me.
All right. And I guess before an adjournment, let's talk, do I hear a motion for an adjournment?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? Very good. And so Mo, thank you again. The excellent meeting. We kept it down to a little over an hour, which is wonderful. Thank you for all your involvement and look forward to the next meeting. And of course,
Thank you,
the follow-up.
Gordon.
You bet.
Thank you, Gordon.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.